Yeah, turn it up. Money don't sleep. We do it different. Yeah, fast car, money move, wrist froze, on chain too. Bad ones in the cool. Why the capital circulate? We don't lose. Late nights, liquidity, private keys, security. Life good, yo steady. Money working while she next to me. Pull up clean, city glow. Engine roar portfolio. She like vibes, I like flow. Every dollar gotta know where it go. Bank slow, I move fast. Phone buzz, yield in the past. Did the work, then the craft. Now the money double back like that. New watch, but I didn't splurge. Ran the plate, then I reimbursed. Assets first, then the urge. If it don't multiply, it don't deserve. They chase highs, I chase dreams. They want love, I build machines. Fast car, money move, wrist froze, chain two, bad ones, in the cool. While the capital circulate, we don't lose. Late nights, liquidity, private keys, security. Life good, yield steady. Money working while she next to me. Self-custody, no leash. Every move signed by me. Wrist defined, rules clean. I don't gamble, I scheme. Lend it out, bring it home. Borrow smart, never overloan. While we toast, funds grow. Different lifestyle when the cold runs slow. They talk price, I talk flow. They need banks, I don't know. Whole system in my phone. If it's locked, I leave it alone. Money in motion, that's the way. If it's idle, it's a way. Fast car, money move, on chain life, no excuse. Private plays, private views. We don't wait, we execute. Yeah, fast car, money move. You'll stay up, never lose. Luxury and latitude. Money moves, how I choose. Lifestyle funded by systems. Welcome to the other side. We're live.
And brother, we are live. Parker Ray, Jake Gordon. Oh, you sound so good. You sound so good. Doing good. Sunny Thailand, nothing to complain about here. How's the closet? Just let me know when you want to share your screen and I'll switch that over. Let's get it going. Nice flashlight. What do you mean? How about now? No, it might have been the other tab. This tab should be working okay. Wait for when the two cams and there's a screen share. Oh, your light just turned on. What the fuck? Your light just turned on. It says you have audio feed. Hold on, 1 second. Wait for when the two cams and there's a screen share. How about now? It's working now. Wait for when the two cams and there's a screen share. Oh, your light just turned on. What the fuck? Your light just turned on. It's working. Talk.
I need to wait till it catches up, bro.
It's working.
Can anybody confirm if they can hear me? And then we'll go.
Says you have audio feed. Hold on 1 second. Wait for when the two cams and there's a screen share. How about now? It's working now. Wait for when the two cams and there's a screen share. Oh, your light just turned on. What the fuck? Your light just turned on. It's working. I hear you on stream. Talk. I hear you on stream.
Okay. Okay. What did we do wrong so we can note that down? Jesus Christ.
It was monitor only.
Okay. I promise one day we're going to get the perfect intro, but not today. We'll try again tomorrow. Interesting. Sharing screen, it's 10:41. Parker, it must be 10:41 p.m. in your country right now. Is that not crazy to you?
Yeah, I think it's 9:30 p.m.
Yeah, so it's nighttime, and in the UK, you're just going to sleep. But here's what I can tell you. Echo though through the other guy though. Parker, you got the echo on your side. Parker.
That was because you were playing stuff through your phone, probably. It's probably not accurate.
My bad. Okay, we don't care. Bitcoin's at $69,000, Ethereum's at $2,000. And these are two pivotal points, I think, in our portfolio, right, Parker? These are probably the only coins we're really focused on right now and probably what to buy. You bought a bunch of Bitcoin the other day. I bought a bunch of Ethereum the other day. Is there anything else, before we get into this video, that you are really looking at buying, or is it just a case of more Bitcoin, for me, more Ethereum? Is there anything else that you're
For me, going heavy on Bitcoin, I'm really looking to pick up big bags of Sui. I have like 20-something thousand on Navi ready just to switch over. I'm just waiting to see some strength. I really want to see an uptrend before. I'm super happy to DCA into Bitcoin, and if I catch the falling knife, that's fine. But with something like Sui, I'm waiting to see a little more positivity and support, catch an uptrend on that.
Awesome. So we're kind of playing the same strategy. I'm just replacing his Bitcoin for Ethereum just because of the pools I'm running here for Thailand. And yeah, we can talk about them. We can talk about pools. We can talk about extreme fear. We can talk about the market cap going down. Parker, nice little newsletter you made the other day.
It's your favorite.
He talks about the two paths of building wealth in crypto. And we've spoke about this so many fucking times. The real estate way versus the crypto way. Because I would argue that I wouldn't be so heavy in crypto without liquidity pools because I don't have that cash flow incentive before we started DeFi pools. So I wouldn't be as heavy. You know, I probably wouldn't have bought recently, to be honest, if I couldn't monetize that Ethereum. And that's why I think this is so fucking game changing, because in a time and place, and DeFi made some cool updates, by the way, we can show that in a second. So if you guys have checked DeFi, I know Parker really likes them. I'm not so sure because it just makes it a little bit more complicated for onboarding calls, but it's kind of nice to see Viva actually adding some stuff. Their developers are actually fucking adding some stuff. So it's cool to see. But yeah, really what we want to talk about is actually how to fucking build real generational wealth with cryptocurrency, right? Because there's many different strategies. You know, you would probably agree, Parker, we're almost the same age. I think you're like 3 years, 4 years younger, whatever. But we're in the kind of same decade, right? When we were growing up. You know, if I was to buy a home today, like 3 decades ago, that's literally when I was born, give or take 1996, right? I don't know about you, Parker, but it's fucking impossible to buy a home, right? It's impossible. I would argue that the real estate way could make you rich, okay? In my opinion.
Yeah, it sure feels out of touch for the normal guy. Real quick, Callis, he said, how much to join the 10K fast track? I'm sensing it's a monthly subscription. I actually do lifetime. I believe in lifetime service to my clients. I also believe so much in my teaching, in my product, that a lot of the guys that have been here for 2 years, when they join our calls and they join and they hop on with us, it's more so to shoot the shit because they already have their pools printing. They just want market updates and whatnot. And they're really, I mean, once they get to work, they're getting to work. So it's a forever thing, you know, believe in continuing service and providing as much value as possible. And it's no sweat off my back.
I mean, you didn't answer his question, but sure.
What do you mean? He said it's a monthly subscription. It's not. It's lifetime, baby. Lifetime.
He wants the price. It'll cost you an arm and a leg. But yeah, it costs you nothing, right? Just book a free call. The worst thing the worst thing you get is 30 minutes of free value with his sales guys that will actually try and help you on the call. The best thing you get is you take action. So it is free. It will just cost you 30 minutes to see if you're a good fit. So that's what I always say, and that's what I would say to say. It's not about the lifetime. It's not about anything that. It's like it will cost you 30 minutes of your time, and you can make a decision after that call. Okay? There's no hard sell. That's what I would say. Going forward. Okay? 30 years ago in 1996, okay? I want you to think about this is your grandpa, your grandma, or even your mom or dad, right? The average home was $140,000. Crazy, right? Affordable income was $35,000. We've always said the average income is like $3K per month. Well, how come in 1996, the medium household income was the same. Does that not scare you?
Oh yeah, it's absolutely sad. That's why it feels so out of touch, out of reach.
Right? So here's the problem, right? Houses have went up more than a 3 to 4x, but our income is basically stayed the same. But it's not the fact that the houses has went up, it's the fact that the assets have gone up, because the dollar value has went down. So as of now, February 2026, the average income or the average house costs 414K, right? And if you look here, the household diploma, like the average job, it's actually went down. It's actually went down. So
it's gotten worse.
The problem with real estate, et cetera, and this is not even factor inflation, you can't build wealth, or it becomes impossible for the average 25-year-old to even get in the game without doing like a home mortgage, which is fine, but you can't get rich of a home mortgage. That is a different game than using real estate to get cash flow and invest, right? That is a place that you want to live with your family, right? We're talking about building wealth. If you want to build wealth in real estate, you can do the home, you buy it at 25, you do 30 years, 55, you own the house outright. But then what? What do you do after that? It becomes an impossible game. So the average 25-year-old guy, he can't even enter the wealth building game, right? So the only option for us is crypto, in my opinion, because you can have crypto, plus you can get assets using DeFi tools if you decide to monetize them. And that's what we're doing. But the problem is most people get this wrong, right? Because there's actually 3 paths. And I want to talk about the 3 paths. And this goes back to Mr. Monopoly Man, okay? So path number 1, I don't want to use the word retard, but I'm going to use it anyways, right? Path number 1, and most people have felt this, so you can't even be mad at me for calling people that have done this the R words. If you look at probably your meme coin portfolio, or your gaming coins, or your fucking AI coins, how much have they bled in the last week and a half, last month?
Oh,
I guarantee they've bled more than 50%, right? Mm-hmm. So path number 1, it sounds great on paper. It sounds great in 2021 if we got the 2025 bull run. We're in 2026, so that's gone, right? So what's happened is you've actually done less work and you should have never bought them, okay? And we've all realized that right now, especially in this market. This is just a quick screenshot from like Deck Screener, and it just shows you in the last 24 hours, the kind of top losers. Now, I know most of you guys won't have these coins, right? But if you just look at probably Brett, if you just look at fucking SPX 69000, all these kind of coins, Ponky is probably another one, I've not checked, but it's probably in the same boat. They have bled more than 50% damage in the last month. And we're really trying to urge you guys not to go under path 1 unless you've already set yourself up with the other paths, and then you can take these risks for free. Path number 2, this is what I was doing for a long time, and probably you did, Parker, really before you went in DeFi sooner than me. Path number 2, it sounds good on paper, but there is a massive wrong. So this is just a chill guy, but just the chill guy kind of gets wrecked as well, okay? That's just the reality. So path 2, and I'm not against this, here's my path 2 right now. I'll just show you, okay? This is path 2 for me without DeFi liquidity pools. Okay, so my portfolio is, this is not life-changing money anymore. I mean, maybe. But look at this in the last 90 days. This is scary, man. $1 million, I'm down 400K in the last 90 days with path number 2.
Ooh.
That's rough, right? That's rough. It sounds great on paper, but the issue with path number 2 is you have to actually do the math behind it. Okay, so you buy blue chips. My blue chips on this path number 2 is Bitcoin, Ethereum, HBAR, and Solana. That's where the most of that 600K now is kind of in. And then we've got some of path 1s in there as well. But let's just say, Parker, I want to play a game with you, right? You buy 1 Bitcoin at $60,000, which you could have, I think, yesterday or 2 days ago, right? That's what it was at. You could have bought Bitcoin at $60,000. And you'd be like, yes, I bought the dip, right? And down the line, Bitcoin goes to 600K, right? And in the perfect scenario, this is the perfect scenario, right? So it sounds great on paper. You now have 600K. But now what?
You face that same dilemma.
You want to sell.
Now what? You sell
face
it,
the same
and
dilemma.
then you sell
So
it,
now
and
what?
then what?
Exactly. And by the way, the 9-to-5er isn't going to be able to do this in the best case scenario, because if we're talking about the best case, I know you can buy 0.5 Bitcoin, 0.2, and you should do that. But let's just say you did have the 60K and you bought Bitcoin, and then it goes to 600K in the next 5 to 10 years. The problem is with path number 2, where this just the chill guy decides to not come so chill, is you only get the money when you sell, but you're now out of the game and you have no income, right? So you sell the 600K, you made 540K profit, but you have 600K now. Well, that will last you a decent amount of time. I'm not against that. And remember, this is a perfect scenario. This is just not realistic, if we're being honest. You have to get back in the game. because you're going to burn through that money, I promise you, so fast. You're going to buy a house for maybe 250, 300K. You're going to buy a fucking Corvette for 100, 150K. You've now got 200K. What, wait, taxes you need to pay. So now you're back at zero and you're now pulling up with a better house, with a decent car, to the same 9-to-5 job. So all you've really done is just boosted your ego because you have a better car and a home you own outright, but you're still at the 9-to-5 job. And in my opinion, that's stressful.
It's terrible, because if the goal is freedom, then when you sell your Bitcoin and you buy those things, again, you're back at the 9 to 5, just like you said. There's no freedom. You didn't get the freedom you were looking for. And that's, for me, that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the freedom to be able to take that time off work, go travel to Thailand for months at a time, live the way I want to live. And generally, even if you hit that, let's say 5, 10x on Bitcoin, you sell it, and then what? Where do you move the money? Even if you're not buying crazy stuff to flex, it's like, well, where does the money go now?
Yep, and you will buy crazy stuff to flex. We've all done that, okay? Because the goal is to buy crazy stuff that you like to flex. It might be the car for me, it might be the house for you, it might be the travel for you. I want all three of those things. You're going to buy something because you're in cryptocurrency for money. Here's a real kicker though, right? So not only is that a losing strategy eventually, yes, you got more money, right? But in between this 5 to 10 years of this Bitcoin to 60 to 600K, you still have to work that fucking job. And I know most of my guys, and probably most of your guys, Parker, they want out in the next 1 to 2 years. But you can't get out, because if you decide to get out, once you're out in the real world, you're now out of the asset that goes up. So you're not building wealth, okay? Because you need the best of both worlds, which is an asset, which is crypto, and you need income. There's no way about it. You need both. Now, the argument is you now have 600K, you can start investing in real estate property. But if we're at the average home right now is 450K in 10 years time, probably the average home 650, 700K. So now you can't even buy the average home with this strategy. But now you only have one real estate property and it's not going to pay you 600K. It's probably not going to make 3 to 5K per month. It might not. But in my opinion, there's just a better way. Here's path 3. This is what we're doing. This is not what we should argue you to do. This is just what we're doing. And you probably, I mean, I can't read the chat so far away, but we've had a lot of guys through these live streams that have started this way and they found the sauce. But there is a problem with this as well, and it's tight ranges that we can talk about, because I know there's going to be a lot of people that are out of range, etc., etc.
I'll pull your chat.
And we want to,
by the way.
Yeah, we want to target that. But let's get through this first, and then we can do questions. Okay, this is the sauce, right? This is the real estate of today, 2026, that we can play. That we can play now instead of playing 3 decades ago that our grandparents and mom and dad could have played, right? And this changed everything for me, right? Because I was path 2 for a while, and I still am path 2. But you can see how that's like it's a losing battle. It's better than path 1, right? Because I can sleep at night even though Bitcoin was at 60K. It's probably at 65, 66, maybe 69 right now. That's fine, right? But if you're doing path 1, you completely lose this. But this takes care of, you have income now, okay, and you don't have income in path 2 once you sell, plus knowing where to pack that cash when you do sell. With this path, we do not have to sell, we don't want to, plus we can create massive income like the real estate in today's world, okay? And here's what's happening right now. This is an old screenshot, we'll give you an update on my pool, but here's how you can still win, right? So you can see my portfolio, this is an old screenshot like I said, but this is literally what's happening, okay? And let's talk about the pool. But basically, a hodler is down big time, okay? But if you have pools, not my pools, your pools that you believe in, you are printing on the way down, okay? And I'll just show you that right now while you're pulling up, if there's any good questions right now before we really get through this.
Yeah, there's a couple. Why when VFAT would you want to remove your position as an NFT rather than a token of your choosing? You wouldn't. A lot of pools, an NFT that you have in your wallet is what represents that actual position. You would pull that if you wanted to send it to a different wallet or something, but that's not something you want to do. Don't do that. 9 times out of 10.
Okay.
These guys are smart for young men on the grind game. Hey, we're trying. We're learning too at the same time, but we just keep giving value.
Okay. Yesterday, we're doing like a little vlog here. We were at the golf at 4 p.m. So people say, well, some APRs are not accurate. For me, it's been pretty accurate. So yesterday I claimed just before we started playing golf at 4 p.m., it's now 11 a.m. in Thailand. So this has like 6-7 hours. It's made $114 with 2 pools out of range, right? And I'll talk about that if you guys want to understand why there's 2 pools here that are more tighter range, plus 2 new pools that are just so fucking wide. Again, we're talking about my bottom range, and one of these pools is $1,000. And if and when that happens, you guys know what I'm doing with that Ethereum USDC. I'm selling the Ethereum, I'm selling the monads, and you can see here, I've got $2,000 ready to keep buying if we get down below that. Okay, so this pool is pretty accurate. It might be 5-10% wrong, but we're still talking about 120 up to 170% APR, which is crazy. So you can see it in real time. And this is the Thailand pool. We're almost at $50,000, which is crazy because really path 2 that I talked about, you're just sitting there. You can buy the dip, you can do whatever you want. You can do loans like Parker will probably talk about, lending against your shit. Or you can make your $120 to $160 every single day on this example on your blue chip assets. So you hold the assets already, plus you're getting that income. Like if you really wanted to come out of Thailand and live a life, this is with 2 pools out of range. So this is $49,000. We're really talking about 18 plus 13 because these two aren't doing anything right now. Do you know what I mean? So this is really like 30K, making 160. That's what we're really talking about.
It's making over 2% a month.
If you really wanted to, you're fucking there right now. And again, for me, it's not really about that right now. I'm trying to buy more assets if Ethereum keeps going down below. But if it doesn't, I still have that cash flow to do whatever I want. The whole goal is I'm getting that real estate income that's destroying real estate property for the value you need. And I'm stacking cash for a rainy day. Maybe I want to sell some. Maybe let's just say you want to live a life with this portfolio. Maybe you sell that, you buy your grab. I mean, Parker, honestly, like we're back. Our dinner costs literally less than $30 out here if we want to do it the cheap way for chicken and rice, which tastes fucking amazing. Do you know what I mean? So you can live off a portfolio like this in Thailand if you're smart. Parker's realizing the smart way and the wrong way, because we also bought another dinner last night that cost $180. And he was like, the $180 dinner didn't even taste as good as the fucking normal dinner we normally get. Do you know what I mean?
100%. Abu's got us doing crazy amounts.
Show Abu. Can you show him?
Gotta flip it around. Let's see. Abu!
What?
Yeah, say hi.
So we have our editor out here. He's the richest editor in fucking India, because not only does he eat for free, he lives for free. But we can pay for him. Do you know what I mean? So if you're starting to scale up a business, I could sell these daily rewards if I wanted to just pay for him to make my videos. There's many ways you can do this. It all just comes down to what you want. Like I said, I'm trying to grow content, trying to give you value, trying to keep on the YouTube hamster wheel. Well, I'm using my editor. You know what I mean? If you don't have that, ambition in life, which is fine, fucking don't do it because it's expensive, having everything times 2. Like, use this for your family. Use this for a rainy day. Use this to buy more cryptocurrency. Maybe you're compounding pools. You know what I mean? So it's like whatever you want. Use that for the Lamborghini. If you print longer time, it just depends what you fucking want. Do you know what I mean? But the whole goal is you don't have stress. When the market goes down, here's my bottom range in Ethereum, okay? The bottom range in Ethereum for me is $1,000. And if and when that does happen, I don't fucking know. I don't fucking care. I would quite like us not to go up yet. I am going to do another pool, compound pools, use that Ethereum that's at $2,000 right now, print a bunch more, and just keep the flywheel spinning. Because I know, and you probably would agree, we're going back here eventually. So on the upside I win, and on the downside I win, because all these positions are cashed out to USDC. So I sell automatically. Plus, I'm now thinking about what do I do here. Again, the difference with the hodler is you buy here.
Exponentially more money you make.
Yep. The hodler, you buy here, you sell here, you miss all the fees, you still make money. But what do you do after that? That's what we were trying to get across to you guys. Because it's all well and good making income or making like a Ethereum at 1,500 to 4,000, but it's like, how do you keep that fucking flywheel going so you don't have to worry about, you have now 600K with the example I gave you on the perfect scenario with the Bitcoin, but like, where does the money go next? Because you have to keep in the game. You have to now think about, well, you now need to buy Bitcoin lower than that 600K to make the next return. And that's just stressful, man.
I like making money every single day, and I don't need the market to do something. I don't need something to happen tomorrow. I don't need something to happen during this trip. The money is coming in each and every day. And it's nice to have that stress alleviated off the portfolio so you don't need something to happen. You don't have no money if something doesn't happen. You don't need it to happen tomorrow. You just need it to happen long term. So you need to make sure it's assets that you do believe in for the long term. If you do that, you'll be all right.
Does this work in a bear market? We're in a bear market right now.
Yeah, if you notice the downtrend, bro.
Yeah. I mean, Bitcoin's got cut in half. So we're in a bear market right now, and we're doing this right now. I would argue this works. Go on.
So the guys that are joining our group now, that some of them have been in here for a while, or some of them are just now getting into crypto and DeFi for the first time, they're living their fucking best life. Yields are so fucking high. They're getting in here now. They're printing and they're excited. It's the guys that have been here from the top at 125, they're all kind of like, oh man. But even those guys, they're printing, offsetting that loss. A lot of these guys that had good assets and good ranges, they're all just as happy.
And here's an example of that in real time. Andrew Kennedy joined us, I think, less than a month ago. He's again, this is not to plug. We're giving you this for free. I don't have to show you behind the scenes, but I will fucking show you. Andrew doesn't fucking mind because we've already got him on his way. So he said to us the other day, Andrew, hi Jake, hi Parker, whatever. Thank you. Back in Thailand, blah blah blah. He's got wide ass fucking ranges, as you can see on screen. All looking good. I'm excited to see the results. So again, he has an 8K portfolio, and his monthly rewards are now over 1K. It's pretty fucking crazy if you ask me. So again, you can do this regardless of your portfolio size. Andrew, I think his wife or something is in Thailand and he's going to come back or whatever. He basically lives in Asia. And as he starts to scale this, he's going to completely replace his income if he decides to do so. Do you know what I mean? That's what it's fucking about. So does it work in a bear market? We're doing this right now in a bear market. If you don't think this is a bear market, I don't know where the fuck you've been. This is clearly a bear market or a bear trend. So it's working right now even better in a bull market.
And that's the power. You're making all these fees, like him right here, making $1,200 a month at these lows. If we stay in this bear market and we go sideways for months at a time, that's almost just such a good thing for him. He's stacking $1,200 a month. He's buying quality assets with that. And when the bull run comes back, when we get new highs, say just that $1,200 a month, say he was just buying Bitcoin, and Bitcoin goes from 60 to 120 again. He's gonna double all that. So he was actually making like $2,500 a month when you put it like that, if you're buying the right assets. You're buying SUI, if that goes back to $4 or $5, that's a clean 4 to 5x. That $1,000 a month in cash flow turned into, in hindsight, 4 or 5K a month. Crazy.
Let alone that strategy he gave you if you're compounding. You know what I mean? That's where it gets fucking crazy. If you decide to compound, that's where it gets crazy. So thank you, Parker Ray, for your fucking newsletter here. This is what he said, and this is a great way. So the rich don't sell assets; they milk them. Okay, you want to be Mr. Milker. Okay, you want to be you don't want to be milking in the wrong way. You want to be milking in the right way. So most people, like I gave you, sell the cow. Right? Selling the cow was that example I give you. Rich people, they drink the milk. Okay, they're drinking right now. If you're not drinking right now in this market, I don't know what you're doing, because this is what I talked about with the house. Right? The house isn't going up in value. The dollar is going down in value. The GBP, the Australian dollar, the New Zealand dollar, the Thai baht is going down. That is making assets in the long term go up. Bitcoin in the long term, real estate in the long term, Ethereum in the long term, you know, new Lamborghinis. Lamborghinis aren't getting that much better, okay? Just the dollar is going fucking down, okay? So holding cash is like holding ice in the sun. It looks safe, feels safe, he said, but meanwhile, it's melting every single year. And most of you guys are starting to wake up to this.
Who wrote that? Who wrote that?
And if you're not, you know, you need to start waking up to this, because if you don't understand what we're talking about today, you're just going to understand that, like, you're just going to lose to inflation. The 35 to 45K that you're making your job right now, you can't get a pay rise enough that's going to beat inflation. Okay, because we just talked about a decade ago or 3 decades ago when I was fucking born, nothing has really happened with the average wage. But 30 years ago, the asset of a house has went up 3 to 4x, but you're still getting paid the same.
And that's why homes just look so terrible. If you look at homes priced in gold, it's pretty sideways. I mean, it's probably even a little bit like homes get a little bit cheaper, probably. And you price homes in Bitcoin, and they just get cheaper every fucking year, outside of the last, like, 6 months.
Exactly. So here's the
15% made in 25 days in my pool, thanks to you guys, Investor Chip. GG, man. 15% in less than a month. Awesome. It's perfect.
Well done, Mr. Chip. Get yourself some more chips. Here's the real blueprint, okay? So we want to buy assets, right? Now, I'm not telling you what to buy. This is not about that. And the good thing is we don't have to tell you what to buy. We can just show you how to monetize what you want, okay? So that's part 2, monetize them. This is where you come into this, Parker, because I talked about what I did with my recent Ethereum $10,000 buy, which is this one here. So for you, I know you bought a bunch of Bitcoin. You don't have to say how much. What are you doing with that Bitcoin that you recently bought?
I'm lending that out. I treat that Bitcoin purchase as purchasing a home, purchasing property outright. And then I'm taking a mortgage against that Bitcoin, a mortgage against that home, and using that to open more cash flow properties, open more cash flow businesses that will just flywheel and buy me more and more Bitcoin over the long run.
Exactly. So the richest people in the world, man, like the Elon Musk, the Jeff Bezos, like they literally take loans against their stocks and their stocks go up for long term. And the beautiful thing is they never have to pay taxes on that because they don't sell. They just get the income from that, right? So like you can't probably do that. You can probably take a loan against a stock portfolio. I don't know if you can. You probably can. But you can do that like he's done that with his recent Bitcoin buys. And he bought a lot. So you can definitely do that at a cheap price. You want to do it at a cheap price. You want to make sure LTV is decent. And then you want to start monetizing that as well. So the flywheel always spins, okay? So again, he said Bitcoin equals digital property, real estate for regular people. Most of us can't buy apartment blocks. I think that's becoming pretty obvious. Most people pulling up to the Bank of Scotland, Royal Bank of Scotland in the UK, these are big banks, and they're pulling up for their mortgage. And if they can get approved, they're just fucking on these 30 years, 40 years fucking loans for a house that they can barely fucking afford, right? That is not going to get them income. Dead fucking money in my opinion, okay? But what we can do, like we're doing, he bought Bitcoin, I bought Ethereum, and then we turn those crypto assets into digital income, right? So most people, again, path number one, the R words, they buy X coin, they pray, we don't have to play. We build machines. So him, lending Bitcoin, borrowing the dollars, deploying in DeFi, that's how you create the flywheel, okay? Real estate is slow, and also it's unfucking affordable. Crypto is instant. Most people do this with the real estate, but we now have Airbnb for money. We don't build in sand. No memes, no garbage, no gambling. You can do this once you have good enough pools. That's the key. You can do this once you have good pools that can pay for the garbage if you want, and that's fine. But if you're just doing this immediately and you're looking at SBX 69000, Pepe coin, pumped up fun coin, you're going on to Orica, for example, I guarantee you're all out of fucking range in 3 days.
About Dan.
I guarantee. Yeah, that's what you did. You took this strategy, but you built it on fucking sand.
Well, tell them about Dan. What
That's the
happened to
difference. Who's Dan?
The one that was running the meme coins, and he just got rugged.
I can't remember, bro, honestly.
30 G's.
You tell them, I forgot.
30 grand?
But that was different, right? So, yeah, that was completely different. That's not about
he was chasing.
yeah, so he...
Yeah. Oh, are you frozen?
Go on. No,
yeah, he was chasing yields. He was buying some high-risk coins, and then they're posting on Twitter, and then a fake version of that came on Twitter, and again, chasing yields, just being in a place that was like this, building on sand, looking for stuff that was more like gambling, more garbage, more meme coin, that led him to signing a bad transaction from a fake Twitter account, and it drained his wallet. So it's not exactly the exact pool went to shit, but just even going down that road opens the door for just bad things to happen. So when you build that strong foundation with your Bitcoins, your Ethereums, your layer ones, and blue chips, you never run across something like that. You're never running across a fake Bitcoin account on Twitter.
Yeah. And I don't know why you would touch shitcoins right now, especially in this market, when you can buy good altcoins and get these kind of yields on Ethereum and Bitcoin. I don't know why you would even, the only way you would touch that is you're trying to chase. That's like, I don't understand why you would even touch shitcoins, let alone try and monetize shitcoins when you're getting paid so much on fucking Ethereum. It doesn't make sense to me. It makes absolute no sense, but people want to be people. So this is how wealth is built, man. Quietly, relentlessly, on-chain, gamblers guess, we're fucking building. And when I say building, at least for me, it's like how many of this, and the problem is with this portfolio, it's for the Thailand Masterclass. So I really want to go fucking heavier in the one I'm showing here, but I don't want to make it unattainable, right? I don't want to make it unattainable, but it's really hard not to with just how cheap Ethereum is, in my opinion, for the long term, combined with how well VFAT is paying on these bills. Do you know what I mean? So like most of you guys, not most of you guys, but some of you guys probably have, and remember, this isn't 49K range. This is realistically $10, $20, $30,000 in range, making $160 per day. We've just discovered that most people don't make $160 per day in their 9 to 5. That's just reality. But you probably have a 30K for it. You probably have a 20K for it. You might even have a 10K for it. It's about getting started, man. It's about getting started.
Investor Chip said he saw a guy lose 30K on the craps table, pretty much the same as rolling the dice on memes. It's the exact same. Hey, listen, if you got like 30 mil or something like that, 3 mil, and 30K is 1% of your portfolio, and you're fucking around, I still think it's a bad steward of your money, to be honest. I think that's, not managing your money well, but it's a small percentage. The problem is people that have 50 grand of their name and 30K of that is on some absolute trash and it goes to zero. Now you're in a worse position than you started. And it's like, you can't afford it. You can, because 1% for you at 50K is like what, $500? Sure, play with $500, but you can't be taking 30 of your 50K and putting that on trash.
Agreed. Let's answer some questions. And this is your time to ask some questions. If you have questions on the market, on DeFi, on Orica, on any sort of thing that you would like to know, this is the time where we can answer questions. But hopefully that made sense, man. This is, people say, oh, well, it's a bear market, or is bear market the best time to do it? Yes. Is it sideways the best time to do it? Yes. You're not going to get paid as much, but I still want to get paid. So that's what I'm saying, man. You use the bear market to sort the less rewards you'll get in the sideways market when not many people are trading. But you've made a bunch of fees to get your sum average, because these APYs are going to drop, right? They might drop to 50, 60, 70%. They might get cut in half, right? But I've done the damage in the bear market, however long that lasts. I don't want it to finish. Most of you guys do want to finish because you're hodl investors. So when it comes to sideways market, with nothing really happening, which could be the case right now, that's how I'm going to get my sum average of the APR, where I'm not going to be making that 5K per month. I only make 3K per month, but it's somewhere in between.
Yes, sir. How quickly can you withdraw your overall funds out of the pool if you want to pivot? Immediately. Anytime. Yes. I hate lockups. I will not do anything with lockups.
So I'll give you a live example, right? I'm not going to withdraw because I'm not a fucking retard. But let's just say you wanted to. So what I'm doing is not compounding, I'm harvesting, right? I don't know how wallets connected. Let me just see. This is what I'm doing, like literally in real time. So like I said, I am harvesting. And sometimes it might bug out, right? So don't panic. Okay, DeFi is just very fucking glitchy, just how the market is. So what I'm doing is I'm harvesting, right? Because like I said, I'm stacking USDC, right? That's what my goal is. I'm not compounding, okay? Especially not right now. So what I've done there is I've just claimed, and now I've stacked a bunch of USDC. You can see now I'm at 2,200. So there's my wrapped Ethereum. I'm going to swap that. Let me just go maximum. So this is literally, who fucking does this, Parker? Nobody will fucking show you this shit. But we show you this shit. Because there you go. So I also got a little bit of Monad. I'm going to swap some of that. I'm just going to do 1,400 just to keep a little bit for gas. I don't know if that's going to be enough, but we'll just see. I've already got paid the USDC, so I don't have to worry about selling that. And there you go. So that's all I'm doing every single day. 2,000 now to 2,220. Right? There's an extra $100, $120, whatever it was. That's what I'm doing. Right? That's the difference. Okay, you can do whatever you want. You can use that $2,000 to go and buy a fucking, I don't know, whatever you want. You can compound it, but I am harvesting it. And if I wanted to exit, like that question was, I would click this exit to Monad. I would sell the Monad immediately, and that's it. You're out the game. But I'm trying to stay in the game. So there you go. Hopefully that was fucking proof in the pudding for you on how I am doing my pills. And I'll do that every couple of days, every single day. Doesn't really matter. I'm just stacking stable coins for our better 26, 27, 28. Doesn't really matter.
I've tested Monad's ETHUSDC against similar pools on other chains, on Uniswap, for example, the past 2 weeks. Why is it outperforming the others, or how is it outperforming? It just comes down to two metrics, volume and TVL. TVL is your competition. TVL is how many other people are in the same business, attracting other customers, and then volume is how many customers you actually have. So the Monad one, for example, I think the TVL that Jake had over there was like 800K. So with him having, let's say, 50K in the pools, he becomes quite a big percentage of that TVL, right? So he's getting a lot of those fees, but there's still customers, volume coming through. There's a lot of demand for Ethereum at all times. It's an evergreen asset. And so as you go to different chains, they might have more volume, but if the TVL is at a bigger ratio than the volume, then you're not going to make as many fees. So a couple things to track, but you can have that same business model. The business model is ETHUSDC. You can have it on different networks. You have a base chain, Arbitrum, Ethereum mainnet, Monad, and the different ones are going to perform a little differently because you're in a different location, but it's the same business model. Personally, I even like to have ones at different locations because if Monad slows down for a couple weeks, maybe base chain's still popping, right? So you can be diversified in the same business, the business being ETHUSDC, you can be diversified in different locations still.
Yep. So here's the thing, it does us a disservice telling you about my pool especially, Like it really does. Like, because a lot of people in our group have went into that. Let's just be honest. But you know, that's the fucking price of the game. So it actually does me a disservice. I would like to be the only one fucking running this pool behind the scenes, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? It's not going to hurt me too much. Question here: why would you harvest more often? Okay, just because where the price is at the time of harvesting could differ from dollar. So again, I'm harvesting because I'm selling everything to USDC. So it's not really going to make too much of a difference on Ethereum and even Monad. The market's already took a big dip, but it's still good. I just want that USDC there ready. But really, if you're doing it in Ethereum, Bitcoin, you could just hold the Bitcoin, hold the Ethereum. But remember, my goal is that maybe Ethereum and I was right. When I was in the UK, Ethereum was at $2,800. So me by harvesting and not leaving, I don't know, Monad's price is probably cut in half. I don't know, it's probably 25% down, but Ethereum's down 10, 20, 30% when I was in the UK. So if I didn't do that, you know, I would be down in that position. Do you know what I mean? Because I think the market's going to keep going down. Even if it does, even if it doesn't, I just want that stable coin on the side. But it's not going to hurt you if you're just harvesting and keeping the Bitcoin, especially at 60K, 68K, whatever it's at. But if Bitcoin drops even further, man, especially if these fees are really mean, like every dollar counts for you, and every dollar definitely counts for me. I don't want to just take a 25% discount on the dollar if Bitcoin goes down another 25%, which it already has done basically when I started this build back in the UK. I'm not taking a 25% discount on my dollar. No fucking way. Especially, there's a question here about Sui. Sui's probably dropped 50% since I was in the UK. I'm not taking a 50% cut on my dollar. That's why. Yeah, it depends on your long-term goals. Using Sui USDC pool at the moment, do you reckon ETH is a better pool? I don't know what it's paying, but I compare this to Orica and Solana. So Solana and Orica used to pay very fucking well, and it probably is paying well right now. But the reason why I'm doing Ethereum, okay, if Solana was still paying well for a wide enough range, I would do Solana. I like Solana. But my Ethereum pool, last time I checked, it's a safer asset. Let's just be fucking honest. Like, look at Solana's price compared to Ethereum's price in the last, I don't know, month to months. Probably doing better. I can set wider ranges, and I'm getting paid more. So I'm guessing Sui is probably the same boat. You'll probably know Parker as well. Sui has dropped way more than Ethereum. That's just going to happen. It's obviously got the better upside as well. Keep that in mind. But we're in this fucking bear market, believe it or not. Ranges are not going to be as wide, I'm guessing, and you're not going to get paid as much.
That's not paying what I want on the range I would have to have. So for me, I'd rather keep my Sui as collateral, borrow some light equity against it, and use that to run something like ETHUSDC that's just paying so much more.
Yeah, but Tom, if you like Sui, don't fucking just sell to Ethereum just because I'm fucking doing it. You're missing the message.
I didn't say that either.
The message on my
borrow equity from the Sui and use that to run ETH pools.
Exactly. So Tom, if like the whole goal with this Thailand 50K portfolio is just to show cash flow, right? Cash flow in a fucking number one altcoin, number two asset in the whole cryptocurrency. I'm here for the 4 to 5K per month. But if you want to stack the Sui because you believe it's going to go back to $4 or $5, whatever it's been, that would work better in the long term. I just can't pull up to Thailand with Sui down fucking 70% because then that fucking portfolio is cooked. In the long term, it'll work, but I've got this mastermind in 2 weeks or 1 week now, right? I need to be fucking on it. That's why. And I like Ethereum better than Sui. That's another reason.
How do you guys handle taxes with DeFi? I can use CoinTracker, CoinLedger, Coinly, all those services. You sync to your wallets and they're going to track everything for you. And you can still do a little manual editing if anything looks wrong. And you can take care of that as well. It's going to be different country to country, state to state. So always refer to your country's tax policies, of course.
Or if you don't want to pay them, we know a guy. But that's another story. My 4 pools have been printing these last 2 weeks. Thanks, guys, for the valuable knowledge. There you go. So Ultra Justin 16, keep them printing. Hopefully they're in wide ranges. Again, he could have not watched our streams and just held the assets, which he would be fine long term. But now he's fucking in the game of path 3 instead of path 2. That's the difference. And I can guarantee the knowledge he's learned in the next 5 to decade year long is he's going to have a completely different fucking portfolio versus income than if he just did, path 2. Maybe he was in path 1, I don't know. But it's just a completely different game. You can win for sure rather than path 2, which you have to have a difficult decision is actually sell your assets. That's the difference.
It's never good to need something to happen right away. It's never good to be in a position where you need a car. If you're shopping for a car, you should be shopping because you want one, not because you need one. If you need one, you're gonna get a bad situation, get a bad deal, maybe even get a bad freaking car, right? So you never want to be in that situation where you're hurting and needing for something to happen.
The only way you have won by buying a car in the last 3 months is hopefully that car dealership took the Bitcoin, and if it didn't, you're down fucking 50%. That was the only way the Path 2 would have won in that scenario in the last 90 days, is if the car dealership took Bitcoin or you sold for Bitcoin. But
if it's not on Dex Screener, Callus, check Dex Tools or something.
What are you looking for?
Your ETH USDC on Monad. Look at Dex Tools.
See, every time I copy. We've got to stop these streams, man. You're sucking up my liquidity. You're making me less money. Do the base chain. The base chain one's actually paying better, I think. So do that one. There's too many guys in my pool right now. God damn it. It is what it is. It is what it is. But that's fine. That's fine. Just remember to set wide ranges, okay? If you decide to play that game. Because again, the wide ranges are paying more than you fucking need. Okay? There should be no 300, 400, 5% APY in that Ethereum USDC pool. And if it is, you're probably 10-10 either way.
DM from Jesse inside our group. He said, just thought I'd share. Brother, thanks again for your help. I've since opened the USDT and ETH pool, bridged some more ETH on the Monad for that one as well on the farm, and he's monitoring the next few days. He's starting to scale it up, and then soon he's going to look to be lending 2.15 BTC, do a little borrowing against, and just go straight for the kill on some crazy cash flow. He's excited.
He's going to make fucking crazy cash. He's going to be fucking printing, destroying. That's mad. And a lot of people think this is not real. I think even that Jesse, or the other guy we had, Justin or something, he was like, there's no way this is real.
His jaw was just dropped the whole time. On our
yeah,
call
and this is the first thing when Parker showed us back in my day when I had the normal group, right, before we changed the group to really give guys fucking real value. I was like, there's no way this is real. And I did my first Ethereum and Brett pool with fucking, I think it was $60,000, $70,000. And I was like, I was spending $400, $500, $600, $700 per day back in Dubai 2024. You don't realize it's real until you claim your first dollar. That's the thing. And that's why we always say, do a first pool with $50, $100. You can always add to that pool. And once you see it, you're like, fuck, I need to start doing this forever. And I should have been doing this 2-3 years ago.
What else you got?
I'm looking at questions right now. We're about to hit the gym. So that's the thing, right? When we hit the gym, Calvin Moger is actually at this gym today, which is pretty crazy if you're an OG fitness guy. So when we're at the gym, we still have pools paying for that gym. Do you know what I mean? The whole goal in a nice scenario is to think of your average day. And this, obviously, you're not selling if you are selling it, that's fine if you're using this for income. But the whole goal is for my pools here with this 30K in range, making $140 to $160 per day. I'm like, would that cover my normal expenses? For me, obviously no, because I have a lot of expenses with my editor being here. But if that covers your average day, it's even though you're not even selling it, but if you decide to do so, it's fuck, you're now living for free. Do you know what I mean? The better thing to do is think about, well, can I keep working my job for an extra 12 to 18 months while stacking all this income and maybe putting it back in the initial port? It's you're going to be so far fucking ahead, and that's what it's really about.
Well, just think about
it.
If we weren't eating steak every night, those chicken meals out here, they're 70 baht. What is that in USD? If you get 4 of those a day, 2 meals of 2, that's what? It's 300 baht max. So what is that?
Well,
$10?
Yeah, so $9, $10. Do you know what I mean?
That's not even.
And we're making 160 of this bill. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So that's the difference. Your gym's covered, your grab's covered. Of course, you're not spending an 8K for 2 weeks place, let alone a 20,000
place with some roommates, though. It's so fucking cheap, and it's still a nice place. And you just
the whole goal is you're
active, you're living for free.
Yeah. Plus, again, don't quit your job, man. Keep working that job, and it's you've just doubled your income, or more, or 2.5x your income, or 1.5x your income. Like my scenario, the average income is 3 to 4K, where you're now making 5. You're now making almost 10K per month. Well, the whole goal is you're now stress-free at your job, where your boss maybe doesn't have to fucking just hassle you all the time. He can if he wants, but you're just oh, okay, well, I've got my thing covered if you decide to fucking fire me and be a dickhead. It's a whole different thing once you come in there.
My bad. Investor Chip says he gets the same looks at work when he talks about LPs. Yeah, man, you can't do that. I remember doing that a couple of times, like at the car dealership. I remember literally having like the 9 salesmen around my table looking at my Orca portfolio, and Solana like, what? What are you doing? How are these yields? Explain this. If I give you money, will you do it for me? And I was like, no, I will not do it for you. So I'm not going to answer 20 questions if the value goes fucking down one day. But everyone was just gawking over it. But yeah, I mean, no one's down that rabbit hole. None of them made even one move towards getting that pool open. But I don't talk to normies about it anymore. Definitely not.
Yeah. We just talk to you guys, and you guys aren't normies. You're just in path 2, most of you guys. Some of you guys are in path 3 now, but path 2 guys, this is what we want to jam down your throats, you know? We just really want to just have a portion of your portfolio in path 3. The worst thing you do is like literally you'll make more money if you do wide ranges. Like there's no worst case scenario if you know what you're doing. So this is why we show you. This is why I claimed everything, just there to show you that it's real. Open my wallet. Like that's you guys are not really in the normie situation. You're in crypto. Some of you guys have took that path 3. It's just about not convincing path 2 is, but just showing path 2 is what's possible. Because the longer you leave it, man, if you have that 30K portfolio, you can see I'm making 160. So you're losing $160 per day by not doing this. That's the real. Morning, cheers, no worries. That's a real. So it's just about showing you what's possible. It'd be a different scenario if we weren't actually doing this and we just hide everything and just talk about it and just try and sell you something. But the fact that we can basically come on here, show you live examples, and just be fucking chill regardless of the market. A lot of YouTubers right now are making those videos that I said when I was in the UK. I said this, Parker, that, buy now. They're all fucking wrong. And they're not getting income. And they're just fucking losing the real fucking audience, like your guys, more fucking money and more fucking time, and causing you guys more stress. We want to take that stress away, but the fact that we can show this, I mean, it should just be the proof in the pudding that we are fucking actually here for you guys. And that's really it. No worries.
Yeah, just give it.
All right, Parker, what you got? We got to go to the gym in 10 minutes.
Authentic. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm drinking a Monster right now. Just want to always be as real and authentic as possible and give you guys a real look at what's going on. Try to show just what's attainable for the normal person. Not an ideal look, not fresh wallets all the freaking time and stuff like that, but really just show what's going on, what we're doing each and every day. And that's why this little, the vlog video I dropped the other day, dude, that's so cool that we can just show it in real time. Like that experience now that I'm not just alone in my apartment at home or no one else around me is doing crypto. And I have Jake here too. We can talk about it, a little banter, show you guys the good and the bad. Like the next one coming out, talking about after our calls. We have clients that some of them, the market's dropped. Like these big portfolios are dropping too, and seeing some of that, it's just crazy. And so it's good to give you guys a real look, and I always just want to give that real authentic value here. And that's what's nice about the YouTube channel. We can just post exactly what we think, what we believe, and what we're doing. And for the people that find it valuable and interesting, they'll get the value out of that. Some of you here from the comments, it seems like you're getting just that.
Ethereum pool is through Uniswap. You can, if you want. My pool, I think, is on Uniswap on the Monad chain, but just use that, bro. Yeah, it's just nice and easier. Like, what do you say about that? We've had a lot of that on our onboarding calls. Why wouldn't I just go to Uniswap? Do you know what I mean?
Just the tools with VFAT. So one, when you start opening multiple pools, it's going to bring everything to one beautiful dashboard, no matter what chain or platform it's on. But VFAT's a tool. So you're still opening a position on Uniswap. VFAT's just the management tool that's going to make your life a million times easier. Super easy, super chill. And you can shop everything in just one place. It's just going to it's once you get used to it, you're spoiled, you'll never go back. You just can't go back.
Once you go XXX, you can't go back, as they say. Uniswap works. Yeah, Uniswap will work, but
we're still using Uniswap. It's just in the background.
Yeah, because you're probably going to have more pools, and it's just nice to not, like, let's just say you're doing Ethereum USDC on PancakeSwap, which I think there's one on the base chain. So you're logging in here, like you're just going to want to use VFAT if you're using most of the assets, or Orica for the Solana base, or the Sui's, Turbo Finance, the Cetus pools. Like, it's just nice to have everything in one place. But it will work. But I promise you, it's just way better, in my opinion, in our opinion, to do it this way. My laptop's going to die, so we have 5 minutes left. 5 minutes left.
Comment from Chip. The lazy and jealous call it bragging. Those that know call it inspirational. Exactly. That's the thing. That's why I don't talk about it in the real world anymore, because there's people around me. I know the few that are in crypto, and I've said bits and pieces here and there, but I just, it's going to fall on deaf ears. They're going to get jealous. They're going to look at you different. And I've seen that in real time. Some of the people I used to work with that have figured out that I had that much, they started to like just make little snide comments all the time. Like, oh, you're rich, you're fine, when something would happen, whether it was with the truck getting totaled or whatnot. And it sucks to see. And it's actually one of the reasons why, Jake finally convinced me to do the YouTube, but that's what held me off for a long time. And that's why I'm still weird about posting to Instagram this stuff, because I don't really want the normal everyday person in my life back home just to know that this much money is sitting here. So it's definitely true.
But what I will say, Parker, it is good for the twos, the Instagram stuff.
It is good, but yeah, I want to inspire because YouTube knows my audience, right? It knows the people interested. So when I make this content, it goes to the people that need it and want it, and some fresh eyes now and then as well. Whereas posting to Instagram, it's just like that's just the normies back home, and I don't need those people knowing. So I'm considering breaking that door open, but I haven't done it yet.
Yeah, you'll get there. New account, fresh account, doesn't really matter. But yeah, we're going to go to the gym today. Hopefully you guys, looks like there's a lot of guys taking advantage of this. A lot of guys have started. That guy's got 4 pools open printing. I think I remember 2-3 weeks ago when I was in the UK, he didn't have any pools. If it's the right guy. Some guys are starting to take advantage. And again, more sleep at night. You make money when you're sleeping. You're less stressed. You're making maybe your job wage, maybe you're half your job wage. Again, it's just all fucking going to do damage in the long term, man. It really fucking is. It really is going to make a massive difference.
Quick comment on your channel real quick. Justin said pretty wide ranges from 60 to 65. If that's 60, 65% wide, perfect. If that's 60 to $65 Bitcoin, widen that bitch out ASAP. Spread that shit. Just making sure. I'm assuming you mean 60 to 65% wide, so that'll be A-okay.
Yeah, I hope so. Because on Bitcoin, no.
Still could go wider.
Right?
Still could go wider.
Still could go wider. Fees are paying so much right now where you can, like my top pool is 80% on Ethereum. Again, that brings Ethereum down to $1,000. And if it does go there, guess what's going to happen? All that USDC, boom, brand new pool. Start selling to USDC. You guys are going to see. I'd be interested to know, once we get back to like $4,000 levels, 3.5K levels, how much this pool has made. I'm so interested to know. It's a long time away. Probably a long time away. All right. Any last words, Parker? My laptop's going to die. What are you showing? We've already got Parker addicted to fucking nicotine and snus and fucking, I don't know what you call that thing, but he's already fucking, in 2, 3, 4 days, he's already fucking maxed out all the fucking nicotine.
We're so back, baby. We're so back.
Yeah. GG.
I'm bullish from here. Me too. Macro bullish. The next 3 to 6 months, I'm honestly maybe overly optimistic, but I'm pretty bullish on that. And if it takes longer than that and we go sideways, dip down, like me, Jake said, we're winning for sure either way. So, but I am primed and very positive to the upside personally. GG.
All right, one more question. My laptop's going to die. One more good question. We'll answer the last question. Problem is when we do this, when I was doing this in the UK, but especially by myself, like we just went on for like 3 hours. So one more good question.
Chest and legs are feeling it. Heading back to sleep. GG, Romar.
There you go. Gym's fucking very important too. There's no point making a bunch of money if you're not taking care of your health. Health as well. There's no point being in that scenario when you're old, you're fat, you have a bunch of money, because you would trade it all again for the knowledge when you were 20-year-old. So that's very important. Okay, last question. How long will you stay in Thailand? You go first.
I'm staying till March, at least, till March.
And I'm staying till probably end of March, April, because we're going to be in Vegas end of April. So again, as we're traveling, as we're running these pills, when we're on a plane, when we're in Vegas, interesting to know what the price is going to be in Vegas, but we constantly have money being made rather than path 2, which is the HODL investor.
If you are at the conference and you see either of us, make sure you say hi. We'd love to chat. Love to see how you do it.
If you're not weirdo. If you're a weirdo.
If you're fucking weirdo.
Slapped. You're going to get slapped to the face. No, I'm joking. But yeah, there you go. There's updating pills. There's updating Parker's strategy. We've already made 37 cents in the last 2 seconds since that click. So we'll see where we're at. We've got some vlogs coming out. Check out his channel. Check out my channel. If you want one-to-one help, grab the link in mine, or if you're on his, grab it on his, and we'd love to help you, but we love giving this information for free because, you know, it is what it is. That's really what it's about.
GG, boys.
GG. All right.
See you the next
I'm
one.
out. GG. Goodbye.